unatawala Yahweh, unatawala Yahweh, ndiwe Baba. Hallelujah, usifiwe. Hallelujah, kipenzi changu Yahweh, kipenzi changu Yahweh. Hallelujah. Most welcome back to Each One Teach One. I'm hoping that God is doing amazing things in your life so far, and that Each One Teach One is actually one of the reasons why your life is transforming and you are becoming a better version of yourself. Now, the reason why you do what you do, your intention, the intention behind whatever it is that you do is of high importance. It's highly important to God. I know that you and I have actually had a term such as, the Lord loves a cheerful giver, and that the Lord looks at the heart. Have you ever sat back and actually thought about it and questioned yourself why we hear people telling us in churches or whatever, even when, wherever you go and someone is reminding you that God looks at the heart? It's because the intention of why you're doing what you're doing is more important to God than whatever it is that you think of, whatever it is that you're telling other people out there, whatever other people actually think of you out there when it comes to whatever it is that you're doing. So today's topic, kings and queens, is actually on giving, and my topic today, my discussion is actually based on 2 Corinthians chapter 9 from verse 7, that actually says and reminds us that the Lord loves a cheerful giver. Those people that give not out of compulsion, but because it's genuinely coming from their heart. Now, last week, I remember I shared with you and I told you, I updated you, kings and queens, that on Each One Teach One Facebook page, we have few people that are actually willing to help out the genuinely needy in the society out there. And after that, I got a question from a close friend of mine, and she was like, "Okay, Regina, I watched your video today, and I heard you mention something like there are people who are willing to help out, to offer their help out to the genuinely needy out there in our society." And she actually asked me, "Do you know? Okay, how genuine are these people? Are they sincere? Are they serious with what they are doing?" And the word that actually captured my mind when she actually asked this question was that word genuine. And I thought to myself, yes, this is a very important thing or question actually. It's very important for us to know how genuine people are. The genuineness, the sincerity of the heart. Because in the society that we are actually living in today, it's very hard to find people who are genuine and sincere in whatever they do to us or for us. So today's topic is actually discussion is on giving, and actually want to share with you a few points to remind you of a few points that seem to have actually been forgotten when it comes to giving. And I want you to realize that the moment you give out, whatever it is that you're giving out, you and I have a weakness of thinking that whenever you hear of the word giving, it actually has to do something with money matters, financial help, financial assistance. No, I want you to have a very broad mentality and mindset when it comes to today's discussion on giving. I'm talking about, yes, financial help or assistance. I'm talking about the time that you give out there to your loved ones or whoever. Honesty, sincerity. Why do you go to a certain company? Why do you help out the needy in the society? Why are you there for your family? Why did you get married? Why do you have friends? All those reasons, all those kind of things that you are actually giving out there. That's what I want you to think about, because God is reminding you and I that it's important to realize that the Lord loves a cheerful giver, kings and queens. The moment you give it out of compulsion, I want you to remember that to God, you've just actually wasted your time, your energy, and your resources. So I'm encouraging you this morning to go out there and start giving whatever it is that you're giving out with a genuine and a sincere heart. And I can promise you that there's a great blessing behind that, kings and queens. Now, I would love to continue some more, but because of time, I would actually I have no option but to actually Wish you a lovely time wherever you are, kings and queens. Remember that God loves us. He will never ever leave us. He will never forsake you or I. And once you strongly believe that in your mind and strongly believe it, actually know it in your mind and strongly believe it in your heart, kings and queens, please keep running after God's great destiny for you.